I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch network. Donald Trump lost a pretty significant motion during his arraignment that's not getting a lot of attention because it wasn't a written motion. It was more in the form of a somewhat informal oral motion by his lawyer, John Lauro, who sought to try to cause delay in the process already in the new criminal case brought by special counsel Jack Smith against Donald Trump for Trump's crimes relating to the 2020 election and the January 6th insurrection. And the magistrate judge was not having it and was very prepared, and I think caught Trump's lawyer, John Lauro, off guard, just how prepared she was. And it shows you what a great team of judges have been randomly assigned to this new case brought by special counsel Jack Smith. So just so you know, when we're talking about a magistrate judges are not appointed by the president and confirmed by the Senate. That's only Article 3 federal judges. The magistrate judges are actually appointed and selected by the Article 3 judges within the federal courthouse. So the federal judge who is assigned to the Trump case is federal judge Tanya Chutkan, an Obama appointee, who's really the only federal judge who has sentenced January 6th insurrectionists to a longer prison sentence than what the Department of Justice had actually requested. She also ruled on a previous case filed by Donald Trump against the January 6th committee and the National Archives that presidents are not kings and Donald Trump is not the president. And she ordered that all of these documents created during the Trump disgraceful administration be turned over to the January 6th committee back in 2021. So she's the judge randomly assigned to this case, the exact opposite of Judge Aileen Cannon. The magistrate judge who made this order that I'm going to be talking about in a moment, where Trump lost this kind of oral motion that was filed during arraignment, is Magistrate Judge Upadhyaya. And they were obviously, Upadhyaya, the magistrate, and the federal judge, Tanya Chutkan, they were in close communication and coordination before this hearing and knew exactly what Trump's lawyers were going to try to do. Delay, delay, delay. So let me kind of paint the scene of what went down at the arraignment, which takes place before a magistrate judge. They sign search warrants. They're the ones who handle arraignments, and lots of discovery disputes go to the magistrate, not the federal judge. So Donald Trump goes in. Magistrate Judge Upadhyaya is not there waiting for him. She makes him wait for 25 minutes. She shows up, takes the bench, asks him to state his name, asks him how old he is. According to some reports, one by the Independent, Donald Trump said, "I'm 77 years old," and then corrected himself and said that he's 77 years old. The magistrate judge asked Donald Trump if he was under any drugs or alcohol or anything that would impair his judgment in the past 24 to 48 hours. He said no. The magistrate judge then explained to him that if he engaged in any further criminal conduct while this case was pending, he would go to prison immediately, that she would order that he be remanded immediately. She set conditions of his appearance release. He can't speak to any other witnesses about the case itself. That was one of the conditions. Donald Trump pled not guilty to all 4 counts in special counsel Jack Smith's indictment. But then Donald Trump's lawyer, John Lauro, said, you know what? We are going to oppose the time frame of the Speedy Trial Act, which says that cases need to be brought to trial basically within 70 or so days of the arraignment of that first appearance pursuant to the 6th Amendment. And Trump's lawyer said, we want a trial date that's going to be far out, so we're not looking for a speedy trial. Trump's lawyers brought that up right away. The magistrate judge was ready for it. She goes, "Funny that you say that, because we are setting another hearing. I spoke to the federal judge, Judge Chutkan, and Judge Chutkan would like to hold a hearing on August 28th to set the trial date." So Donald Trump's lawyer, no, you're not going to delay this thing indefinitely. Denied. Here's what I'm going to do, though, because we talked about this. We expected perhaps that you were going to make this request. So Trump lawyer, John Lauro, you have 5 days. submit your motion about when you think the trial date should be or what delays you're going to seek. Then the Department of Justice will get 5 days after that, and you better be prepared on August 28th when you go before Judge Chutkan to be prepared to set a trial date. Now,
let's stop cutting down trees to make toilet paper. It's true. Humans are cutting down tens of thousands every day just to supply the American need for toilet paper. And the worst part is that when we use trees for toilet paper, it's just one use and done. It obviously can't be recycled or reused, so it just goes straight into our water system. That's why I made the switch to real paper. Real is 100% bamboo, so we're using a plant that grows fast, can be harvested and regenerated like grass on a lawn, and it doesn't impact entire ecosystems of forests. Real is the best kind of eco-friendly product because it doesn't feel like you're sacrificing something to help the earth. In fact, it feels like an upgrade. It's always shipped free to my door in plastic-free packaging, and I can schedule it on a subscription so that it comes exactly when I need it. And I never have to worry about forgetting to buy any at the store. Real is now partnered with One Tree Planted. With every box of Real that you buy, they are funding reforestation efforts across the country. So unlike the other TP that cuts down trees, Real is helping to actively plant them. I'm thrilled to have Real Paper as a sponsor to align my eco goals with a product that nature makes me use every day and to avoid further impact on the planet. Real Paper is available in easy, hassle-free subscriptions or for one-time purchases on their website. All orders are conveniently delivered to your door with free shipping in 100% recyclable plastic-free packaging. If you head to realpaper.com/legalaf and sign up for a subscription using code LegalAF at checkout, you'll automatically get 30% off your first order and free shipping. That's REELPAPER.com/legalAF or enter promo code LegalAF to get 30% off your first order plus free shipping. Let's make a change for good this year and switch to Real Paper. Real is paper for the planet.
Special Counsel Jack Smith surgically prepared this indictment in order to have an expedited trial. I am confident that this trial would take place or will take place in 2024 based on the law and order judges assigned to it and based on the way Special Counsel Jack Smith crafted this indictment. Special Counsel Jack Smith could have charged Donald Trump with literally hundreds of counts, hundreds of charges. Special Counsel Jack Smith could have brought money laundering, wire fraud charges against Donald Trump, akin to what the Department of Justice brought against George Santos, MAGA Republican from Long Island 3rd Congressional District, disgraceful, lying individual, but who's one of the faces of the modern-day MAGA Republican Party. Like all of Donald Trump's PACs, all of that still under criminal investigation. But I think Special Counsel Jack Smith said, look, if we make this case into a case of financial crimes, it's going to require forensic accountants and economists and all this stuff. This case will never go to trial. It will be 5 years, like lots of financial crime type cases. It's just going to take forever. Discovery is going to take forever, and this case won't go to trial. So Special Counsel Jack Smith said, 4 counts. We're going to talk about a conspiracy against voting rights, a conspiracy to stop the electoral count, obstruction of an official proceeding, which carries with it a 20-year sentence, and obstruction of the overall role of Congress in trying to overthrow the electoral process, overthrow our democracy, to try to change votes from Biden to Trump. So let's focus on these very narrow issues. Why focus on these narrow issues? Discrete, concrete. The discovery will be limited. The case can go to trial at an earlier expedited schedule. That's how Special Counsel Jack Smith crafted this. And Donald Trump was, for the most part, treated like a fairly ordinary criminal defendant at this federal hearing. The way the magistrate judge said, "What's your name?" He was fingerprinted this time. Granted, it was digital fingerprinting. And court observers said Donald Trump looked very nervous. They said he looked sweaty. They said he looked scared and fidgety. Compare that to a very confident Special Counsel Jack Smith. And, Here is a clip of Nancy Pelosi saying that by all accounts in what she saw, Donald Trump looked like a very scared little puppy. Here, play this clip of Nancy Pelosi.
To see the President of the United States be arraigned, it was interesting to hear Mr. Dunn talk about how it felt for him in the courtroom. When I wasn't in the courtroom, of course, but when I saw his coming out of his car and this or that, I saw a scared puppy. He looked very, very, very concerned about the fate. Look that. I didn't see any bravado or confidence or anything like that. He knows the truth, that he lost the election, and now he's got to face the music.
And so already Donald Trump's attempt to try to delay was shut down by a magistrate judge who was prepared for it because she had spoken with the federal judge, Judge Chutkan, who's previously said presidents ain't kings. Donald Trump ain't the president. She put that in her order. So, of course, what is Donald Trump doing? Complaining, unfair judge, unfair venue, everybody's out to get me, the usual Trump BS. But we're going to see here what law and order really looks like. It's very, very, very fortunate that you've got pro-democracy law and order judges here. But count that as another L for Donald Trump. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 1.5 million subscribers thanks to your support. Check us out. Patreon.com/MeidasTouch. Wherever you get audio podcasts, subscribe to the MeidasTouch podcast and have an excellent day.
Hey, Meidas Mighty. Love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.